guys, and what is up? My name is Annabelle, the Curvy Planner on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all the social media. I even have a Twitter, but honestly I'm only on there because of the news. But I'm on there also. Anyways, I wanted to go ahead and show you all a little something. It's something different for me. It's something that has actually been making me very excited, so I'm really looking forward to sharing it with you all, and I hope you'll enjoy this. So if I'm being honest, I'm not much of a reader. I went to school in all Spanish all the way through the 4th grade, and then started transitioning to bilingual in the 5th grade, and then just was basically sent to middle school without having more than just 1 year of bilingual. So that was really challenging for me. And if you don't already know from the title of this video, reading, which is not really my thing, it's not something that I truly struggled with, but it was something that I just didn't enjoy. It was difficult for me to dive into a book and actually imagine things, or put 2 and 2 together, or follow a story, because I would easily get distracted, or my mind would sometimes switch from like English to Spanish. So I'd be reading in English but imagining things in Spanish, and that made it really difficult for me to do. And one of the things that I wanted to do was start reading. I feel like with age, my mind hasn't been really exercised as much as I would need to, and puzzles don't really do it for me. Like, games on my phone are just not it for me. And so I started reading. And in the month of June, I wrote it down, a total of 7 books. How? I will explain that in another video. But for this video, it is my July to be read, my TBR list, as it is being called. It just makes me really excited to share this. There's quite a bit of videos of books here, and these are all the books that I'm planning on reading for the month of July. So that's a lot. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna challenge myself. And if I don't reach if I don't reach that goal, or if I don't read all of them, then that's fine. I did already read a couple of these since I'm recording this on, where's my phone? This on July the 12th. So I already started reading, but let me show you all what I've read so far. Yeah, I'm just really excited. So the first book that I read for July was Malibu Rising. If I'm being honest, I absolutely adore this book. I thought it was so much fun to read, and it was super easy. Now, one of the things that I've been doing when I have difficulty reading by myself, I will put an audiobook on, which is the audiobook that matches the book, and I'll hold the physical book and I'll read along to it. So that's what I do when I've been struggling with it, and that's what I did with, I would say, like 75% of Malibu Rising. And that is just, I would say, one of the tips and tricks for me, and I would recommend for somebody else that is struggling with reading, is throw it on an audiobook. It's still technically a book. You're still consuming good stuff that is like a story, whether it be educational or just like a lovey-dovey story, which is something like this. It was really good. I definitely give it, I would say, like a 4 out of 5. I think the ending was a little, in my opinion, kind of rushed. It took forever to get to the ending, but then the ending was like, oh, that's it, you know? And I don't want to give anything away. If you're interested, this is what it's called, Malibu Rising, and a lot of people have recommended this. I do a lot of research. That's one of the other things that has helped me with actually reading is, and I have a list here for you all. Let me look through it. Let me show you all. Well, let me just read through it really quick. I started reading with a book that went viral on TikTok, and that book was It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. and I was really intrigued. I wanted to know what everybody was talking about, and if I'm being honest, that's what started me. Well, that's what got me to read. And as soon as I finished that book, which I actually read along with an audiobook, but as soon as I finished that book, I was like, wow, I want to read more. So then I read, what was the book called? I guess I didn't write it, but it was another Colleen Hoover book. And that book, I think I have my list on my phone, but it was another Colleen Hoover book. And I also did the same thing of following along with an audiobook, but I noticed myself actually reading ahead from the audiobook. So there's times where I would turn it off and just read on my own, and that's kind of how it started. There's times where I still struggle with it, or instead of actually reading a book because I didn't get the physical copy of it, listen to the audiobook. There are amazing resources out there. I actually signed up through my local library, and I downloaded an application. It's called Libby. It's Libby. If I remember, I'll put it up on the screen. But you're able to download audiobooks and books. So like just copies of the books on your phone or on your iPad or whatever. And that's what I started doing, and now I'm reading books. So like I said, it's just been fun. At first I felt like I was cheating, but then it was honestly still a tool that I was using to help me get through it and actually get past, in a sense, the anxiety of reading, because I struggled with like an insecurity of like holding onto a book and not, like, I don't know if that makes any sense, just not understanding it or giving up on it. And I feel like I've done a better job with that. And the first book that I actually read through for the month of July was Love and Gelato. I read this on my own, you guys. I'm so proud of myself. I think the last book that I read on my own was literally because I was in school, so if that says anything. But Love and Gelato, I love this book. It's so cute, it's so sweet, it's like lovey. It's still like, I wouldn't call it suspense, but like a little bit of a mystery in a way. I wouldn't call it mystery. I don't even know what to call it. I don't know any of these terms, but it's just like, it reminds me very much of a YA, like a young adults book. Why, like, in a sense that it's so easy to read, but it's so cute. And what got me to read it is because it's available on Netflix. So this says soon to be a Netflix film, but it's already on there. So if you read this book, then you can watch the movie. I haven't started, well, I started the movie, but I only got like 5 minutes in and I had to go to work, so I didn't get to finish it out. So I think today will be the day. But yeah, I'm really excited. This is a book that I read all of it by myself. I read it in one day. I actually finished it yesterday. And then there's another book of the same author, who is Jenna Evans Welch, that is called, it's called Love and Olives. And then there's another book that is called Love and Luck. So I'm definitely gonna read those books. I feel dumb for like having to look through them when they're like right here. So those are the other books that she has. So I'm really excited to get those in the future, maybe like an August to be read list. The next book that I am going to read is, I'm debating, so I think I may read November 9th first by Colleen Hoover. I had this on my list of to be read for June and I didn't get to it. I thought, I took it with me to Vegas when I went in June, and I thought I was gonna have some time to read, and I thought wrong, and so this hasn't been read. So I think I'm gonna jump into this probably tonight. And this is a pretty short book. It has 300 pages, so a little bit over 300 pages, and I think I can get through this with like 2 days or so. So that I'm really excited about. I've already read quite a bit of Colleen Hoover books. I read It Ends With Us, Confess, Ugly Love, and this will be my 4th one. So I'm excited about that. And then after that, I think I am gonna start with People We Meet on Vacation. This is a book that I got the audiobook of it as well on my application, the Libby app. So I don't know, it's a really long book. So if I'm not able to read this on my own, then I'll probably listen along with the audiobook. I feel like where I struggle is the transition from one book to another. It's a little hard for me to disconnect or to turn off from what I just read and then jump into another story and just like clear my mind of what I just read. So that is what I'm struggling with right now, but I'm really looking forward to this one. I got a lot of these recommendations from a YouTuber named Haley Pham, I believe it's what her last name is. I love her YouTube channel. She has a lot of recommendations. She reads a lot. She is from Austin, so she's a fellow Texan. So I love watching her videos, and I would say like 99% of my books that are on my list are because she recommends them. And the next one that she also recommended is Dial A for Aunties. So I'm really excited about this one. It has like murder mystery in this one, so I'm really excited. That's like a little different than what I've been reading, which are all like very love stories, but it still seems like an easy read and something that I'd enjoy. So I'm really looking forward to this one. And then the next one that I have on my list is Alex Approximately, which is also a Haley Pham recommendation. So I'm really looking forward to this one. It didn't have a whole ton of reviews on Amazon when I ordered it, but I'm sure it's gonna be great. So I'm really looking forward to this one. And I have two more on my list. I got this one. It's called Losing Hope by Colleen Hoover. I got it pre-loved from somebody from my community. They posted it on our Facebook group, and I immediately jumped on it and I was like, that Colleen Hoover I want. So I went and picked it up, and I'm excited to jump into this. It seems pretty easy. It definitely has been pre-loved. You can tell it's been read a few times, and it's a Colleen Hoover book, so I'm sure it'll be good. So that is another one. And then the last book that I have on my list that I'm honestly not sure how it's gonna go. I tried reading a couple of pages from this last night, and it might have been because I was tired that I couldn't really get into it, but it's called Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow, I believe it's how it's pronounced. It seems really interesting. I got this at Barnes & Noble, so I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully it's a good read. I haven't really seen a lot of people recommend this, but it was on what are those like tables in the middle at Barnes & Noble where they just like glued you in with all the pretty covers, and they got me with this one, and I'm really looking forward to it. So that is on my to be read list. I am excited that I've been reading a lot lately. It's really good for me, especially dealing with like a mental illness. It's just good to dive into a book when I'm having like anxiety or not feeling really well. It's a good like comfortable place that I can just go into and like get my blanket, grab a snack or whatever, and just throw some music on while I read. So yeah, that is what I've been up to, but I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to watch more videos like this, please give me a thumbs up and let me know down below in the comments what you're reading, if you're reading anything, because I'd love to know y'all's recommendations and what I should add to my list for August. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Again, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, and I will talk to y'all next time. Bye.